Hello everyone! So today I want to share some really helpful tips and tricks when drawing and when using markers, stuff that I wish that I've known when I started drawing. So to show you all these tips and tricks, I'm drawing this super cute cat because you know me, crazy cat lady. And I'm gonna try to slow it down just a bit so that you can draw along if you want to, but feel free to pause if needed. So I'm using a purple Pilot Color in a mechanical pencil that is erasable, and I love using this for sketches because colored lead brightens up the sketch, I think. I'm using a very light pressure when I'm sketching so that the lines will be easier to erase later. I thought it would look super cute if the cat made like a little jump with its front paws, so I drew them a little above the ground and just added a few lines to show movement. It is a super cute and easy way to bring your character to life, like it is actually moving on the paper. And one of the problems with drawing traditionally, and I think this is something that all traditional artists has faced sometimes in their lives, and that is not planning the placement of your motif properly. You just get so excited to get the idea down on the paper and then you just end up with a big empty space. But don't worry, just add a tree and a happy little sun and it solves everything. The smaller tree will add depth to the drawing, like the cat is closer to us and the tree is further away. And for the line work, I'm using my favorite inking pen, the UniPin fineliner size 0.3mm. It is great with markers and also with watercolors and all kinds of different art mediums really. The trick to get a smooth and even line art like this is to use a loose wrist. Don't press too hard and don't stress, take your time with it. You can see that I'm going over some areas and extra time to add more line weight, which brings more life to the line work. And to avoid smudgy lines, wait a little bit for the ink to dry and then erase the sketch underneath. And then to the most fun part, the coloring. I'm using Copic markers, but you can use any kind of art medium that you want. I first start with picking out the colors that I'm gonna work with. It is good to plan your color scheme beforehand. And here is a tip that I know will help a lot of people when it comes to shading, and that is simply just don't. Why shade at all? It is just complicated and it takes a lot of extra time. But won't it look flat and boring, you may ask? And to that I have another tip to bring more life and interest to your artwork, and that is adding something unexpected, like a few extra colors to make it pop. Now I used pretty normal colors in my piece though, so it is nothing special, but you can do anything that you want with your art. And for the cat's fur, I used lighter, shorter pen strokes that is slightly tapered at the end to make it look as natural and furry as possible. And a light wrist is the key here too, and you will get this really nice fluffy feeling. Brush nibs works great for fur and for hair, and that is why I prefer using them. But of course you could do this with bullet nib markers too, anything is possible. Coloring skies or other larger areas is something that might scare a lot of people. It can be a bit tricky to get an even flat color that doesn't look streaky, and my best tip is to use slow and dense pen strokes and you will get this really nice and even color as you can see here. And slowly move from one side to the other, but not too slowly, we don't want the ink to dry. It is when the ink dries when it will start to look streaky when you go over one area more than once. The colors blends nicely into itself when the ink is still wet. My sky is orange to show the beautiful glowing sunset, but you can make it blue or green or whatever fits you. And to show some more blending technique, I added some apples to the tree in the background. Since the markers is alcohol based, the ink will blend nicely into the colors that is already on the paper, so you will get realistic looking apples without almost any effort at all. So this is how it turned out. I hope my little tutorial could be to any help for you, and if you would like to draw this cat yourself and use the same techniques that I used, feel free to share it with me on Instagram and Twitter. I would love to see what you make. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for other super helpful tutorials and cute cats, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and also thanks to my boyfriend Keve for helping me with this video. He's been a great support. Keep drawing my happy cats. Bye!